Question 2. Let's do one more linear equation that is a costing equation. Babysitters R Us charges a flat booking fee plus an hourly rate. On a normal workday, I hire a sitter for 9 hours and I pay $123.50. On Saturday nights, I usually hire a sitter for 4 hours while I go to the movies and I pay $66. Find a linear equation giving cost in terms of the number of hours. So this is a question where we have 2 points and we're trying to find the linear equation between them. So first of all, the independent and dependent variable. Cost is always the dependent variable in a costing equation. So we have here cost depends on time. Time is always independent. Costing is dependent. Remember, we say Y depends on X. Cost depends on it. Time is never the dependent variable because it's strange to say that time is going to change based on other things, unless you had a time machine, which would be very cool. So what we're doing is this, and we have an equation that looks like cost equals intercept plus slope times X. Our intercept here is going to be our fixed cost or booking fee. So let's say, actually, I'm going to call this a booking fee. That's our fixed cost here, plus our hourly rate times the number of hours. So that's what I'm trying to find. Let's look at our 2 points. And I'll draw these here. Points, and let's put X comma Y. Well, I know 9 hours on a work day gives me a fee of $123.50. I know that on my movie day, only 4 hours, I only pay $66. That means that I have my Y values are in money and my X values are in time. So first, let's find that slope. So slope again is rise over run, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Y's over x's. Putting those in, I'm going to start with this one because they're bigger numbers, and I always like to put the bigger numbers first. $123.50 minus $66, 9 minus 4. Putting in the units really ensures that you don't mix things up. If I run this through a calculator, we come up with $11.50. That is our hourly rate. We pay our sitter $11.50. We're going to assume that they get some of that booking fee to bring them up to minimum wage. So let's look again at our costing equation. Cost equals our booking fee, or I'm going to call it this time fixed cost, FC, plus $11.50 times X. So we can plug in any one point and that will help us solve. And we can choose either of these points. I'm going to choose the second point just because it's smaller numbers, and I find that often smaller numbers tend to be a little bit easier to work with, but not always. So our cost is $66, and that equals fixed costs plus $11.50 times 4. When I move this around, and this is something where if this is not easy for you to solve this, that fixed cost is $20, come talk to me, send me an email, go over some algebra things, and we will get that nicely sorted because this is an important thing to know. Another important thing to do is to check. So I put in the second point, so let's try the first point. So if I put in 9 hours, the cost will be, I've said I had a $20 flat rate plus 9 hours times $11.50. And when I dump that in, it ends up being $123.50, just what we wanted. And just to check, even though we used it, we can always just check the 4-hour cost. So $20 plus $11.50 times 4 is equal to $66. That's correct. if we got the wrong answer here, then we would know to stop and redo our arithmetic. Okay, let's describe the slope in the words of the problem. We know that the slope is the hourly rate. So I'm going to say 1, slope equals hourly rate. So for every additional hour, we have to pay our sitter an extra $11.50. Notice that I used the following, the actual slope, the word additional hour, and what's going on. We're paying an extra $11.50. We're paying that flat rate plus what we paid before, and every additional hour costs us $11.50 extra. Finally, part C. If I hire a sitter for 6 hours, how much will it cost me? Well, I'm going to write down our cost equation again. Our cost is going to be $20 no matter how much time I use. You have a babysitter come for 5 minutes, it's going to cost you at least $20 plus $11.50 per hour. So if X equals 6 hours, then our cost is going to be $20 plus $11.50 times 6, which equals $89. That's how much we're going to pay our sitter.